You ready to get into some Frieren?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, guys. We got Frieren 9 coming at you. This one is titled Aurora the Guillotine. So Fern and Stark are headed out of town to go find Frieren before being ambushed by some bitch ass demons. And meanwhile, Frieren is beyond the city walls, sizing up Aura the Guillotine, their true enemy, the big baddie for this arc. So we get some important news right off the bat in this episode, and when we see like the graph is kind of getting healed from his wounds, he's not, he's gonna live, and he also kind of understands that who Frieren is, and that he messed up in like two ways, really. One, he didn't listen to her, and two, she's like the savior of the fucking town.
Yeah, big mistake, bro. Like big mistake that we've seen time and time again. People should listen to this little old elf lady. So
Yeah, yeah. So he didn't know who he was messing with. I thought it was funny, like he was kind of like sitting there with his back straight, with his eyes closed, like he's deep in thought. And really, he should be very embarrassed because he could have avoided this whole situation if he just listened to the elf.
it's amazing that um so many people don't know that she's Frieren, even though she was part of the um heroes party, and she was like had statues everywhere, and like even went on to save a lot of places. It's it actually baffles me. So
Right. I mean, you'd figure like you have pictures of her in your like history books and shit, especially you being the graph, like you should be privy to that kind of knowledge.
well, that, and one thing that really bugs me is that the fact that we've seen time and time again how we've been told time and time again how there's like very few elves, right?
Yes.
So at this point, like if you see an elf, why don't you think that? Why don't you automatically think that it could be Frieren? You know what I mean?
Right. It's a young looking elf with white hair carrying a mage staff. Like, let's be serious here. How many of those are
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
Like you see an elf, you like maybe this is Frieren. Like maybe I should investigate. Maybe.
Exactly. And especially with like elves living so long, you would think like people would think, okay, it's an elf. They're probably like super fucking privy and wise.
Yeah. I don't know. That's one thing that I think was kind of overlooked, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe people were just dumb. I don't know.
Yeah, people are kind of stupid.
But yeah, that was definitely an interesting fact. But then we actually get into the we go back to Frieren, and she's like standing down Aura the guillotine, and this is their first battle in 80 some years. And it kind of makes you think, why they didn't actually take care of Aura back then. Do you have any explanation or theories?
I don't like it. It doesn't make sense to me why you would kill the demon king and not kill his like direct commanders. If you have that much power and like you've already fought Aura before, like she's like a real threat. She's very powerful. Like, why wouldn't you just take care of her? So I'm not sure why they didn't kill her. Maybe they couldn't in like the heat of battle, but if they fought this battle at this town against Aura and her little like army thing, you would think that they would try to take her out.
Yeah, it kind of makes me wonder if so they sealed away that one demon. So what if, this was early on in the journey, and they wasn't really strong enough to, actually kill Aura, and maybe they sealed her away too, or something like that, and or maybe somehow took away her powers, or that wouldn't make sense if they took away her powers, because then they could have killed her. So I don't know.
Yeah. So hopefully they get into that a little bit later in the series. Maybe maybe they were just nice guys.
Yeah, and and a fun fact that I just learned on this episode, when they introduced Frieren this time, they called her Saso no Frieren, which means Frieren the Slayer. And that is actually the name of the anime too, the proper name, Sase no Frieren. So the name is Frieren the Slayer, bro.
Oh shit. I did not know
Yeah,
that. Oh
I
man.
picked up on that.
I should
So
have been putting respect on her name. Okay, never mind.
that, I think that makes me look at the show differently. It's not Frieren Beyond Journey's End. It's Frieren the Slayer. beyond Journey's End. That's a whole
Okay.
new meaning. So
Yes, that makes you look at Frieren completely different. She was a savage in her younger years, apparently.
yeah, it only took us 9 episodes to figure this out. So
We're all learning here. But yeah, we also get to learn a little bit about Aura's magic. And Frieren actually says out of her mouth that her magic is more powerful than what humans are capable of. And even the gaff is like her power is beyond belief, beyond comprehension, is what he says.
yeah,
So demon magic
unbeatable.
is not a joke. Demon magic is not a joke at all. And just to give you guys a refresher, like she basically just weighs her mana versus her opponent. And if her mana is heavier, bigger, she gets control over whoever she mana she has on the other side of her little scale. But the catch is if that person's mana is bigger, they get to control her. Problem is, she has an absolutely gigantic mana pool. So she's been running around doing this shit for like 500 years, bro.
At, at the minimum, we don't even know at this point. So
Yeah, and like that also makes me think, why didn't they kill her? If she'd been doing this for hundreds of years, at least 400 as the time they fought her, she's a problem. Do something. But maybe their goal was to kill the Demon King.
yeah, I wish they would give us some. I hope they give us some depth on that situation. Why she didn't, because they did on the like I said, the previous one that they sealed away, and he wasn't shit. So like something must have happened for Aura. So
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, we got. There's like a few questions I have about this episode that will have to be answered later. Um, One thing that surprised Aura that also surprised me, we know Frieren is Frieren the fucking Slayer at this point. Like they called in the show, it's the name of the show apparently, and she just uses like this little mana blast to like start off the fight and like downs four of the like armored bodies, the husk really, and Aura was surprised too. Like I said, and she said, you have the ability to blow away like a lot of my army at one time. Like, why did you do this? But we did see Furren kind of checking the armor, wiping it off, and like, why do you think she was doing that? Like, why do you think she's behaving this way?
a few context clues that was given to us is that apparently she said that they looked familiar, the armor looked familiar,
Hmm.
and also I think Graf also said something along the lines of she fought alongside those people back then or something like that. So I honestly think that she was checking to make sure that they was truly gone and not just like um some form of human, like at her mercy. You know what I mean? Before
Right,
she
making sure it's not
started
actually
doing,
people.
yeah. So
Okay,
I think she was just checking to make sure that it was okay to go crazy.
start
So
rampaging. Yeah,
yeah. That's what I think, because I think she said something along the lines is, "Okay, I can I can destroy you all now," or something, because you're just monsters or something like that.
yeah. She
So
said, "Yeah, demons are truly monsters." She's like, "I can kill you without mercy now."
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think that's the reason Himmel had scolded her in the past too. Like she needs to be more careful
yeah,
about
because
human
she
lives.
just went
Yeah,
in guns blazing, probably. So
true. I mean, that sounds like a Slayer to me, but you know, I've been wrong before. But
yeah, I
after
mean,
this, yeah, go ahead.
guess we'll see.
Yeah.
So
But after this, we kind of go back to Friend and Stark. They're trying to go find Frieren, and Lugner kind of surprise attacks them using like the blood he had on them. Um, and he ends up having Friend pinned to a wall of the castle. And I gotta admit, last episode I did say that maybe Lugner thought that these two were threats too, but dude's just an arrogant prick and doesn't consider them a threat at all.
yeah, I mean, I think he could have easily dealt with Fern, um, while he had her pinned, but instead he just wanted to basically embarrass her and gloat, pretty much, I would say,
Yep.
to get back at her, kinda, I guess. Um, which is kind of wild because he actually like turns his back to her and allows her to pick up her staff, and it comes to find out that he actually wanted her to do it. So
Yeah, he was kinda bugging. He should have known better. Um, but yeah, Lugner, yeah, he, like, dared her to, like, shoot him in the back because Fern was like, "Yeah, if you move, I can just kill you. I'll shoot you right through the heart." And he's like, "Yeah, by the time you do that, I'll have your head. Like, it'll be a wrap." But then we get, like, a quick flashback to, Frieren kinda telling Fern that, she casts spells really quickly, even faster than herself. And I like that we're finally getting some deep details about how the magic works. There's some components to it at this point. We got mod technique and some control over, I guess, your techniques.
yeah.
And those things can kind of be taught, but I guess speed of which in which you like cast your spells is more natural. Can't teach speed is what they say, told me in football. But how
Yeah.
did you like that? We're getting a little bit more lore out of this one too. We're learning a lot.
Yeah, I like how they're like gradually introducing us to like the power system, little by little, instead of just dumping it on us all at once. And like you was kind of saying, as far as speed, I wonder if I assume that's the case because if it was attainable by practice, just practicing, you would think Frieren would have it after this many years. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it has to be something that you, I guess, fall into, or just got lucky and have the ability to do so. So
Yeah. That's something, and I think that's cool. Like it separates friend from Farron by
yeah,
a good margin. I think she's significantly talented in that speed category. So a little bit different setup for these guys, and I like that because like to this point, I didn't really know if they were any different. Like she's just a lower level mage, you know.
yeah, and I mean, we get into the fact that like in the flashback, Frieren makes Fern fight all these like lower level monsters and stuff that they come across because she says that the battles are in quicker because Fern is able to, deploy so much her magic so much faster than Frieren would be able to. So that's kind of an interesting thing, and we actually see it in work here as like basically Fern is just like overwhelming Lugner like constantly. He just doesn't have time to respond for anything. It's just so fast.
Yeah, I thought the switch up was crazy from Lugner. He goes from being like, "Oh, I can kill you at will," to being like, "Okay, like where's Lenny? Like, like hurry the fuck up and beat this guy. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die."
I love
He's
that shit.
Yeah, he was like playing it cool, with a straight face, but you could tell he was pressed. Like he said literally, "I'm being overwhelmed here. Like she needs to come help me." So the switch up took about 30 seconds, and it was awesome.
And one thing I will mention, one of my favorite moments of this was when Lenny, the little girl demon, started attacking Stark. That animation sequence was so clean and it went so hard when she pulled out the axe and like kind of went sideways on him to bring
Hmm.
him down to the ground. That was hard, bro.
Oh, it was. It
They
was.
throwing money out, bro. Madhouse is throwing money right now.
No joke. No joke, my boy. No joke. But yeah, Lenny was like dog walking Stark, and like it seemed like he was too afraid to even like go in the attack against her, because he didn't have a lot of battle experience, especially against other like warrior type fighters. And I thought it was also pretty cool. Like one of the cleaner scenes in this episode was like Lenny as she's like fighting, is constantly changing her weapon. She's using an axe, a sword, a throwing knife. Like it was dope. Like she was fluid with that shit. She was clean with it.
Yeah, and you know, one thing I think that Stark was struggling with a lot was she was actually using his masters like moves against him, and I think he starts to notice that, and we actually she actually confirms it. Then we like get into a flashback kind of Eisen just giving like one of the moments where Oz is just beating the shit out of Stark, and he's just like, you know what? I can tell you the secret of beating strong opponents, and that's the just keep getting back up, just never fall, and just keep getting back up and hitting them. And you know, did you how did you feel about this advice? Do you think it's legit or not?
I mean, it's definitely legit, but it was so basic it made me like actually laugh out loud. I was like, wow, there's some really astounding advice right there from your master. Keep
Hey,
fighting.
hey,
Just keep
listen,
going.
listen. He's got a point though. You can't lose if you don't die, bro.
I mean, he was right. I mean, I'm not saying he was wrong. He was right, but like, damn, you don't want to lose. Keep fighting. No
I
shit,
mean,
dude. What the fuck kind of advice is that?
did Naruto and Luffy teach Aizen the ways, bro? Because they do the same shit, bro.
No, I definitely thought of Naruto. Like, never give up. Like, just get up one more time.
Yeah, I mean, we see it time and time again. We've seen it. So,
It works.
yeah. I really enjoyed it, and we come back from this flashback, and Stark has been like fatally wounded. I think at this time it looks like it, and he gets up one more time
Yes, sir.
and goes on the attack again, and he actually is able to kill Lenny, um, because he goes in for a suicide blow. Basically, he's gonna sacrifice his life in order to kill her. But good news for him, she's not as strong as his master was.
Yep, she's got some weak ass blows. So he got cut, but like not deep enough to like really kill him. And he pretty much cuts her in half vertically with he calls Thunder Strike. And it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And then from there, Lugner is distraught because he's like, no, what happened to her? And that gives Fern the opening to say goodbye to him and kill him. So GG's. Bye.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if we're talking about it, this animation for this fighting right here that just happened, it can probably hang with some of the better fights of like One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen this year, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought the choreography for the fight with Stark and Lenny was really nice. And then you got the freaking light show with the magic battle up top in the background. You had that lighting coming down on them as they're fighting. It was really cool to watch.
Yeah, which one did you like better? Did you like Stark's battle with Lenny or Fern's battle with Lugram?
I thought the choreography in Stark's fight was way better, but like the actual visuals for a Fern's fight with Luckner was better, and it was more in the latter fight was more satisfying. Him
Yeah.
going from being arrogant to being like, okay, like I'm gonna need some help was really really satisfying.
Yeah, me personally, I really, 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 really enjoyed Stark's fight. It made me actually like him as a character so much more. Because he can be a coward
Yes.
99% of the time, but he's willing to kill himself in order to uh obtain his goal. So
Yeah, yeah. To this point, he had been more or less. He still is comic relief, but they're
yeah.
giving him some good character behind it. Love that.
Yeah, solid episode. We see Madhouse just flexing money right now. On their way to anime of the year. So
Anime of the year.
I mean, it's up there, bro.
I mean, it can be up
We're,
there all it want, but One
hey,
Piece has been going nuts
we
this
9
whole year.
episodes deep, bro, in a 28 episode season.
Of the year is crazy. Of the
It's
year
gonna
is
be
crazy.
contender, bro.
I,
Gonna be
I
contender.
respect it, but like, okay.
I mean, Honestly, I
JJK
would
is
probably
fighting,
vote One
boy.
Piece, but we gotta look at the broader picture, what everybody else is gonna vote. So
Yeah, it's One Piece JJK for me. 1A and 1B.
yeah,
Frieren's up there though, yeah, for sure. Definitely shows that we've watched on the rundown for sure.
yeah.
Cool.